And we're live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. What's today? Today is the 10th of December. I hope everyone is having a great week and that their December has been going well so far. It is still surprisingly warm here compared to what I'm used to since we moved here. Today, I think the high is like 62 Fahrenheit, which is really warm. And there's pros of that, but the cons are I am ready for snow and I'm hoping that we get snow before Christmas. I've also promised Jackson a snowman, a snowball fight, and sledding, and so far I have not been able to deliver on any of those promises. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing great. Let's see who is all here today. We've got Raj here, Kegel here, John Beck here, Tuxedo in the house, Lord Git, Warp Works, Green Beard, GPs is here, nice and early. Let's see, let me scroll up a little bit. Akbal's here. Dominic is here. Don't forget to click go live today. I think we're live, so let me know if I forgot. I don't want to do that again. CLB is in the house. I think I said Hasio. Steve Clark, I hope you are doing wonderful. I am very excited to make some more progress on the Micron Plus. We've been really working a lot on sort of the sub-assemblies. We got the Z drives put together. We did the AB motors last week, as well as the XY joints. And today we are going to start off by getting the Z drives mounted along with the feet, and then the Z idlers at the top, and then hopefully start working towards the gantry. I don't know how far we'll get, but I am optimistic as usual until I have a reason not to be. Hasios with the 12 months, like the smash button, you degenerates. Thank you for the 12 months support, man. Zach is here. Tiberium is here. We are live. Awesome. Luis is here. Hello, Ranch Kid. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing really well. Raj with the 9 months. Thank you, Hadougan. Thank you. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing great. It's been a week. It's been a pretty good week. I did get a video done for Saturday, so I'm very excited about that. It took a lot longer than expected. I had like two days of just feeling exhausted, so I was like, all right, I'm not going to stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning editing. I'm going to try to go to sleep by like 11 or 12, and because of that, I didn't get as much time to edit, but boy, do I feel better. So that was the trade-off. Either stay up late and edit and feel crummy, or go to sleep early. So I did get the video done, and I'm hoping for a video next Saturday. It just depends on how much I can kick butt between now and then. So yes, hello, hey Akbal, how's it going? So a couple things. I did provide some feedback to Jason regarding this kit. The feedback I provided was, I'm just gonna read it because I won't remember, and I want to make sure I am thorough in what I say. So, the things I said was, basically I mentioned the manual. I said I'm used to having a manual all the way through for the Micron Plus. It seems like it's labeled as work in progress, that I've been able to follow it, but now I'm going over to the CAD. So I asked basically if there was plans to finish the manual, so that way someone that is building this kit won't have to swap back and forth between manual and then all CAD, because while I've referenced CAD a fair bit for builds, not often on live stream unless it's with Steve, usually I'm used to building in a like an LDO kit, like a step-by-step manual of sorts. And so I did ask about that. Jason did point me to a supplementary wiring guide, which is at least awesome, because I had big concerns about how is this supposed to be wired up. A lot of times on some other builds I've had, it's just like it'll give you like a wiring schematic, right, of like what plugs into what, but not how it's routed. And with this, I'm like, there's kind of a lot of electronics in this, especially considering we have stuff under the bed itself, all the toolhead stuff, the things underneath it. And so he did provide me with a supplementary guide that I didn't see existed, so that is awesome. I don't know definitively one way or another whether there's going to be more going into the manual, so we will be largely going off of CAD and referencing the Voron 2.4, but I at least wanted to run that by Jason and make sure I wasn't doing anything wrong as far as like how they anticipate this kit being built, and also to share some feedback there. The other thing I mentioned was the grub screws. For anyone that's been watching, basically every single pulley on here has 2 threaded holes for grub screws or set screws, but the kit only came with enough for 1 of each. And we are using, they have Loctite, and we're using we're making sure that we're installing that one on the flat portion of the motor shaft, or the flat portion of anything it's going into. But I did say that, like, although that's probably okay, it would be nice to just include enough so that way we can install them in everything. And then the other thing I mentioned was Last week we ran into some complications with the AV motors and XY joints, specifically the pins, and I did say that it is possible it was just a me thing with my print settings. I'm not against ruling that out, but I did say that it might be worth checking at the factory that if there's any sort of like rough edge where the pins are being cut, that they're being sanded or filed down properly, so that way it potentially mitigates that issue, because it was quite a bit of scariness. It was quite scary trying to get those in. We seem to have persevered, but I did want to at least provide that feedback in case there was something that needed to be corrected as far as on the manufacturing side. So my goal is always, Bearded, thank you so much, man, for the gift of membership. Let's do a scroll scan for you. So yeah, my goal is always to provide feedback where I can. Whether anything ever happens with it, you know, that's up to the manufacturer. But in this case, because there was a couple things, if for some reason some of those things were supposed to be a different way, I feel like I owe it to everybody to at least provide that feedback. So that is what I've done. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this party started. We are, let's see how high up I can get you guys. That's probably high enough. So I think I've got autofocus on as well. I'm nearly positive I do, so I'm gonna turn that off for a second. So as far as I'm aware, I have all of these Z drives facing the correct direction. They're all loose. All I've done so far is like kind of position the roll-in nuts that we installed earlier. So we are gonna start off by installing 12 screws to attach these. So there'll be a little bit of repetition here. So if anybody has anything they want to talk about, I am here for all the discussions. Has anybody got anything cool going on for the holidays at all? Like travels or, I don't know, any neat traditions that you do? The only real thing we do, like every year we do a real Christmas tree. I love having a real Christmas tree, so we did do that. We've just been going to like big box store for them, but I'm hoping that when Jackson's a little bit older that we can go and actually like chop down a Christmas tree. In Idaho, my neighbor across the street did it. I guess because we have so much forest land, like you just basically pay for a license of sorts and you can go out to the land and just cut down your own tree. So maybe next year we'll do something like that. But for this year, I think it was going to be a little too challenging with the baby. So how am I going to do this? Let's see. I guess if I loosely, attach one of these like that, I can still slide this. That works. Okay, so we'll do that. And then for the other two, I do have to make sure that these are aligned properly in this economy. Hey, nice. I took a work trip last weekend. Nice. Where'd you go? Oh, work trip. You said work trip last weekend. Yeah, where'd you go? Yeah, the only other thing we really do is we celebrate on Christmas Eve. That's always been a thing for me, which I think that's more of a thing in Europe. It definitely comes from my mom's side of the family. We've always done that my whole life. And then, what else? Food, of course. I'm gonna be making honey baked ham, which I'm very, very excited about. It's certainly one of my favorite meals of the year. Okay, so, this one has not popped through. There we go. Okay, so this is really tricky, actually. Probably would help if I didn't have the camera in my way. Let's slide these over. I don't have to scratch the rail, so let's move this like that. That looks about right. Let's see if I can get, this is the right size driver still. I cannot see where the nut is. I think I'm gonna have to turn this. I wanted you guys to be able to see exactly what I was doing, but I think you get it. I'm basically installing these into the nuts that are already here. But yeah, there we go. It's a little bit better at least. So this needs to move over. There's somebody crying. I think that's the baby. Man. Yeah, definitely the baby. Okay, let's see if that did it. Okay, definitely got one in. Now, can we get the other one in? Can I look? No, I definitely can't look now that I have a screw in there. What am I thinking? Okay, we did not successfully get the last one in, so I need to lift this up again. This is gonna take a little bit of time, guys. This is gonna take a little bit of time. So this guy needs to go over. Will I get the Micron printing by Christmas? How many more streams is that? Ah! Okay, that looks pretty good, man. Let's see, is this gonna do it or am I screwing it up again? Okay, that one's definitely in. Come on, baby. Tell me we got this one in too. Woohoo! We did it! Awesome. Okay. So there's a little bit of wiggle in this. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna use my hands to kind of align this as best I can. Hopefully that's okay for now. Maybe 3, probably 2. I don't know, man. I went to training class talking about concrete and concrete sampling. That's cool. Where was it? Like what state, what country, what, yeah. I think my spouse is putting up our tree and decorations this weekend. I'll have to print a few decorations. Nice. We surprisingly don't have any printed decorations up. Aaron's big on getting a ornament every year for like the year, so I'm sure we'll end up getting that at some point here. But yeah, surprisingly, I don't have any, at least unless I'm forgetting, but I don't think so. I don't think we've got any printed ones. Hey, Lisa, I really appreciated your announcement for today's stream. It was something along the lines of Daniel's trying to accomplish the task of finishing a printer build in less than 12 weeks. It made me laugh. The class was in beautiful, snowy Buffalo. Oh, cool. Buffalo, New York. Nice. Only time I've ever been in New York was this year. I had a work trip as well with Liper, and it was in Manhattan, and it was so quick, the turnaround time. I think I got in at Thursday at like midnight or 1 in the morning, so I didn't get to see anything. And then Friday was basically set up for the show. And then on Saturday was the show, Sunday was the show, then I think I flew out Monday at like 4 in the morning, so I didn't even get to sleep Sunday night. I tried sleeping, couldn't sleep, and ended up, oh, what happened? Yeah, I just couldn't sleep, and as the time kept rolling closer to when my Lyft driver was supposed to be there, I started freaking out that I was gonna just sleep through my alarm, so I ended up just walking the streets of Manhattan at night, finding a random food truck. It wasn't even a food truck, it was like a food trailer that had been dropped off, really small one, and I got a donut and some coffee and just wandered around. It was a little spooky, I'm not gonna lie. It's while I lived, 45 minutes outside of LA a lot of my life, never really wandered LA at night. Not that Manhattan is LA, but big city, I guess, is more what I was getting at. It's different, I'll tell you that. Hey Armor, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. I'm working on starting the prints for my build, but I've never printed ASA before, so wish me luck. Are you doing a Micron Plus as well? What is your build setup for printing with it? And please tell me it's at least enclosed. Please tell me it's enclosed. That's really the biggest thing. LA is a ghost town at night. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of like big cities. It's just never been my jam. I'm much more like catch me alone in nature somewhere when I'm not working, on electronics or in front of a computer, which is most of my days. But I had some friends that moved to LA, like in the heart of LA, after high school. Was it college? I think they were in college, or maybe they weren't doing college. I don't remember what exactly, but I went out there like once, and it's just not my thing. Like I didn't mind visiting. I gotta loosen this guy a little bit. I never minded visiting for a little bit, but it's not for me. But I'm glad that there's, different things for different people depending on what you want. But I just couldn't. The big city has never been the appeal to me. Or appealing, I guess, not the appeal. Okay, so this is close to right, I think. This maybe needs to come out a little bit more this way. And this one needs to come out maybe a little bit more as well. Like that. Is that too much? Ooh, that feels close to right. But I think a little bit more. Okay, let's try that. Okay, we're gonna try this. I'm not convinced that this is exactly lined. Well, it's definitely not exactly lined, but I just want to see if I can get these. Okay, that one's definitely in. This one I'm not convinced is gonna go in. Yeah, it's not. Dang it! I found out today I'm joining the Delta Flyer group. Oh, cool. I was like, dude, it took me a second there. When I read that, I was like, wait, like Delta Airlines? No, you're talking about the Delta Flyers and the Delta printer. That looks like a really fun build. Yeah, that looks like a really fun build. I haven't watched, like, I don't know all details on it, but I did tune into Steve and Killa Prince like stream they did on, was it this last Sunday? And it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks pretty cool. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Okay, that one feels in. Yep, that one's definitely in. Come on, this one felt right too. Yeah. Yes, we did it. Okay. Let me loosen these a little bit so I can make sure that this is at least somewhat square. Actually, you know what? There's not going to be a whole lot of movement. What am I saying? The top of these parts actually have like a little, like, I'll just show it. They've got this little lip here on both sides, so you can't actually go that out of square. There's still a little bit of room for wiggle. Like, I think if I don't know, you guys probably can't even see that. It's pretty minor, but it's going to self-align. Hey, hun. Happy stream day, fam. It has your... It changed your name too. You're Aaron Laura 8846. Something else I found helpful was marking where the T-nuts are with a chalk mark on the side of the. That's a really clever idea. Usually I don't find it to be that big of a deal, but in this case, because I could try with the next one to see if I can like look down and see it, but I don't think I'll be able to. It's too much depth for it to be able to visually align it. Yeah, a chalk mark is not a bad idea at all. That's a really good idea, actually. Yeah, that's an awesome idea. Okay. Also, for anyone that's been following the saga of my swollen thumb, I am finally going in for an MRI. I've got my appointment set for... I think it's next Tuesday. I have to look on the calendar so we can hopefully figure out what the heck is wrong with my thumb. But it's been swollen since probably March or April, and I think I injured it when I was tightening a clamp on the irrigation for the garden, and it's just been swollen since. They sent me in for a regular x-ray and basically didn't see anything and told me to just splint it, which I did, and that didn't fix it. And so then they originally scheduled me for an MRI back in August, but they told me it was going to be $1,000, and we were just about to... Landon was due to be born like any day at that point, so I was like, I don't want to spend the money right now. I don't know what medical expenses are going to be like, so I held off, and I had to get a new referral, but it seems like since I'm able to get the... we've hit our maximum, like, out of pocket, so... Or not out of pocket, but our maximum deductible. So I'm hoping insurance is going to pay for 80% of it, which would be great. That's why I'm really thankful they're able to get me in this year, because once the first hits, it'll be reset, and they would cover zero. They would cover nothing until we spent, I think, $2,000 per person or something like that. So hopefully I don't really know like what the goal is to get out of it. Like I'm sure there's gonna be like, yeah, your thumb's screwed up, but at least I'll know hopefully like what I'm up against, because it's just been a really long time at this point. Yeah, I'll let you guys know when I know. I'm a little bit nervous for the MRI. I've never had an MRI before. Like I've obviously seen, I know like what the machine looks like and all that, but I don't really know what to expect other than my brother has told me it's very loud and kind of spooky. So, and I wasn't sure at first, like, because it's just my thumb, like I thought maybe there was like a little machine, but it sounds like, nope, they're putting me through the regular size machine, so we'll see how that goes. It said your name was no longer available. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube's doing weird stuff with names. A lot of people in chat have been kind of complaining about it changing it on them. I don't understand why. Like, whoever was unhappy about the names, that they were like, we gotta change the whole system. But yeah, they've definitely changed up the way names are. Okay, this guy, if I move you, Okay, that looks decent. Maybe a tiny bit more this way. Oh, that was probably too much. Definitely too much. Come on. Okay, let's try this. I don't think this is going to work actually because, let's see. Because I have it so crooked, I don't see how this is going to work. Yeah, it didn't work. Well, at least consistently it's not working the first time. What did I miss? If you don't do well in tight spaces, you might be uncomfortable, but other than that, they aren't bad. Yeah, I would say I'm a little bit claustrophobic, but I think I'll be okay. Like, I assume it's going to be dark and I'll probably just have my eyes closed. So I'm hoping I can zone out a little bit. Are you allowed to listen to music? Like, I know that you can't have anything metal, so I'm assuming probably not. You probably can't bring like headphones and listen to music. I mean, I'm doing it one way or another. We'll be okay, but I'm just curious about like. Okay, let's see if this did it. And my scans are fine. Oh, I missed that. Hold on. Yeah, it's rolling. It's rolling. Let's see. And my scans are fine depending on the tech you get to. Oh, cool. Someone said you can maybe listen to music. Hope you're not claustrophobic. Yeah, I don't love it. I definitely don't love it. I'm curious. I don't love it. I'm curious to see how I do once I get in there. I'm hoping I can just be calm. I keep seeing name changes every couple days. Yeah, it's really annoying. As someone who's had several MRIs, they're really not that bad as long as you're not claustrophobic. I guess time will tell. It's only a problem you're claustrophobic or you have metal inside you. Don't have metal inside me. They gave me earplugs and headphones. Oh, cool. Okay. They decided they could force names to account names and call it counter fraud measure. That's dumb. Times I had one, I wasn't in there for a while. I was going to say that the same thing. They have headphones and music. Okay, cool. Just make sure you take off anything magnetic. Yeah, I will. I'll take out my lip piercing. I'm claustrophobic and have pacemakers. Oh man, they turn it off. So last one, they had to turn it off and listen to music. They'll play music. Okay, cool. As long as it's music, I'll be chilling. I'll be all right. The music will help me relax a little bit. But I'm excited to at least get it done so I can figure out what the heck's going on, because it's the longest I've had any sort of injury, I think, that is visible that isn't just healing on its own. So there's the left part of it to me feels like where maybe something is potentially like has a slight fracture, but I don't know. The initial x-ray didn't pull up anything, so we'll see. I can still use it. Like, obviously right now I'm using my thumb. It's not flaring up right now. It's still swollen. Like, the easiest way to tell is I can show you guys. Actually, let's see if I go like this. Thumbs. That's too close. Let's not get that close. I don't know how well you can see it. It's not as bad as it was before. Like, before, the wrinkles on this side were like substantially like flat. You couldn't see them at all, but it's still off, man. And like maybe every couple days I'll start to feel it. And like, I can't, like this one, like I can bend it really easily. This one, like, it just feels stiffer once I get beyond a certain point. Yeah, it doesn't look as bad, but it's definitely still not, it's just not doing its thing on its own. Yeah, it's the right one. Yeah, looks like a thumb. The CT worse, they pump you with the reflective dye. Makes you want to pee yourself. Yeah, I know my brother's had to do that a couple of times, and he's not a fan of the dye. But I guess the dye is supposed to make it where certain things that like they couldn't see as well, you're able to see easier and get more detail from. But yeah, I can use my thumb. It's more about like when it's flaring up, and then it's the bending process. Or if anything like hits my thumb, like ow, like like, but if like anything hits it hard from up here, like I feel it, like the shock, the sting go down there. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. I feel like there was jokes before about just print a new thumb. Okay, cool. We got 3 of these on. We're down to the final Z drive. It's the final Z drive. Barium swallows are worse than MRI and CT. Barium. I don't know what that is. Is that the stuff, the liquid stuff that was just being talked about? Why are we not going in, bub? There we go. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that's in. Okay, so for these guys, the last two front ones, it illuminates your organs. It's crazy. The contrast dye is by far the worst part. Do you drink the dye, or is it something that they like inject you with? Like, I don't know much about the details of it, other than that it's a thing, and that sometimes is necessary. Let's see. So this guy needs to go out further. Let's try like that. That's, I can't actually see. Yeah, that looks pretty close. The other one, push it down a bit further. That one is definitely too far out. Let's bring you further in. Maybe like that. Let's try this. I have a feeling I would be shocked if this worked. So far, every time we've had to do it twice. Okay, that one did go in. Let's see if we get lucky on the last one. Negative. Oh no, we did! Oh yeah! I need my sound effect for that one.
That was easy.
Nice. Last one we got everything lined up the first time. Okay. For me, they inject it at a certain point. Got it. They inject it. Got it. Okay. You drink the barium, it's so that they can see your digestive system. Got it. Okay, so it just depends on, like, there's... Got it. So one of them is for digestive that you drink, and the other one sounds like it's an injection. The others I had last time made me feel hot for about 15 seconds. I hear baby landing crying. I haven't heard an easy button in years. We used to have one in my English class my junior year. I remember my teacher, like, I don't think we ever really used it, but I remember it being at her desk. I think it was a Staples thing, right? Like, for anyone that's in the States, I don't think Staples exist outside of the US, but it was a Staples product, right? Like the red easy button. All right, so these are on, and now let's take a quick look at the remainder of the guide here. Here we are. Okay. So we did that, and now it's saying belts. So am I correct in assuming we want to route the belt before I put, well, we definitely have to route it before I put the feet on. What am I saying? So I assume though, the belts are just going to be loose. So here's what my thought process was. Okay. My thought process was we would put these on like we just did. Then we would install the plates along with the feet, so that way we've got a little bit more distance off the bottom of this, and then we would move on to the Z idlers. But the question I have is, should we install Z idlers now? Probably it doesn't matter, because if it has to pass through here, I would think as long as we have the belt pulled up, even if it's all loose, that's fine, and we can put the feet on after that. Are those G2Z drives? That is a great question. I don't know. Does anybody know? I don't think so. I don't think so, because these are, I thought the Galileo, or the, yeah, G2 drives, I thought they used different motors than NEMA 17s. So I don't think so. Yeah, they're not. They're the stock C drives, yeah. So I'm wondering if we, you were part of the advertising campaign. Is it me, or is people in chat, including me, somewhat broken? What do you mean? Yeah, I thought they used smaller ones. So I'm thinking what we'll probably do is feed the belt up through here, and then put the feet on so everything's kind of locked in place, and then move over to getting the idlers installed. I looked at the 2.4 manual, and that was like the order of operations. So I think we'll try that. So let me find belts. So belt loop, open belt. Okay, so there's 4. Wait. Okay, so there's only one long piece of belt here. I have, and this is for both. This is for Z and for AB. Interesting. Okay, so I've got to figure out then what the length is we're going to need for this belt. Oh, the amount of people that have had MRIs and CT scans. Gotcha. Okay, so we basically have this large thing of belt. It makes me think that maybe we should install idlers, like build and install idlers next, so that way I can wrap the belt around the idlers to get a gauge of the length that we need. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because otherwise I'm just gonna be kind of holding it up in the air, but if I have it on the idlers, then I can get at least a closer gauge of how much belt we need, so I'm not cutting it accidentally too short or too long. So let's do that. Let's flip this over. Here, let me move the motor stuff out of the way. Q, I've cut this belt 3 times and it's still too short. Yeah, that is definitely me. So let me flip this the right direction so that way we don't have our bed nuts fall out. And we'll just set this like so. Cool. Okay. Tiny bit of wobble, but I think it's more the printing part than the frame. So yeah, this won't fit there anymore. I'm gonna want access to the stool for this because this is kind of a lower desk. I'm gonna move this whole printer. I got it. Okay, I'm gonna move it over here for right now, so we can work on the idlers and get those built. It does look nice having the base on it though, even though it's, you know, still needs a lot of parts. Okay, so let's check out these idlers. So let's get these guys built. If I go here, be careful of the idlers, it's easy to put them on backwards. Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, so it's going to be part of the Z drive assembly. It's going to be part of the Z idler assembly. So let's isolate this. Okay, so in this assembly, it looks like it has a part inside of a part. It does. It's because there's a live idler and a bearing stack idler. And I don't know what we're using. What type does LDO give for these? I don't know. They're supposed to be the live ones? Okay. So we'll remove that. Bearing stack idler. There's still something else. Is it this one that we want to get rid of? Okay, so this is the live idler parts, it looks like, that we need. So there's basically 2 printed parts, it looks like. Okay, let me try to find these parts. That should probably help us narrow down what it is. Okay, so I found Angry Face. Let me make sure that on the back of this, yeah, this is definitely the right part. So we need 4 of these in blue. 1, 2. Still so many pieces. Okay, here's 3. And 4. So I've got the 4 top pieces. Is the pins already pushed in? I don't know. I will look through the hardware in a moment, GPs. Let me get the printed parts out, and then I'll look for the hardware. Hey, Moonshine! Yeah, things are going pretty good, man. Pins are pretty good. Going pretty good. Just started my ant head build. Nice. I'm looking forward to getting that built. I think there are 3 types. I went with live idlers. Okay, yeah, I'll check to see what we've got in here in a moment. My West 3D kit came with bearing stacks, but I procured my own toothed idlers. Got it. It might be toothed on, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, let's look at the hardware. So if they're gonna be live, it's gonna be the same kind before, you're saying, where it basically has a pin already through it. That's the thought, at least. So let's see, these are all bolts, 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 bolts. Bolts, bolts. Bolts, bolts. More bolts, more bolts. Oh, so many bolts. We got nuts, which I think we'll need at some point here. Those are the standoff stainless steel. That's for the bed. These are shims. These are ECAS fittings. These are hitting. Okay, so we have 4-tooth idlers. So we have 4-tooth idlers, which makes me think. Let me fix this a little bit. 1 second. I'm going to assume that for the front... Oops, sorry. This is not going the way I had planned. Okay. That's what it should be. Okay. Yesterday came with my own tooth idlers. Got it. So So if we're building these, then it looks like it consists of tooth idlers, which we have 4 of. It looks like it's 4 of these... 4 of these, what are these? F623RSs, which are these guys right here. One concern I have right now, though, is when it comes to the idlers, let me exit isolation mode really quick here. Oh, you guys can't see this. Let me change that. One concern I have is when it comes to the actual gantry itself. Are these supposed to be more flanged bearings? Or are these These look like they're flanged bearings. I don't know that we have any more bearings, and that's concerning to me. Because based off what I'm seeing here, we're going to use the 4 that's in this bag, unless there's some in another box that I am missing. Don't see any in here. What is this? This is called motion. So I would think that there could possibly be some in here, but it doesn't appear to be. If the idler has a bearing, you just need a pinned printed part and no bearing. Wait, you're saying we don't need any bearings for this front piece here? I'm not seeing like any pulleys or any anything that the belt would wrap around, which is what's concerning to me. I can do a once over. Oh, for the Z. Yeah, I'll have to do... These are clearly... I mean, these right here clearly are supposed to be smooth and not teethed. But yeah, I just don't think I have enough of these bearings. The F623s, which I think is what we'd be using for that. I can do another dive, I guess. We're going to be getting there shortly. But if I don't have them, I'm going to have to probably... I mean, I'll let Jason know, but I'll probably have to order some. I just don't know where else they'd be. Let me really quickly just see what these boxes are over here. Let's see. We have a box labeled cables, which I can't see why there would be anything in there. So let's look. Oh, no, it's cables. We have an electronics box. Don't see why they'd be in there. We have another electronics box. We've got a... Yeah, I don't see... And nothing's been moved. Let me make sure I didn't throw anything inside of the extruder kit. I don't see why there'd be any in here, but... No, this appears to be just extruder stuff. Yeah, we might be short some bearings. I don't think I have extra bearings of that type. You won't use bearings for Z? If the idlers already have bearings in them, they are pinned. They don't, though. Like, there is no, Or are you saying, though, so, like, we're not using these guys because there are pins. So if I go to... So you're saying if we're using these, I don't need bearings? I would still think I would need bearings on both ends of these. I'll take a look. I'll take another look right now. Let me try to find the bottom part for this. Let's go back to isolating. Let's see if I go, it was under idler, isolate. Okay, so if I go, let me disable enable this one and enable this one. Okay, it's definitely not that. This looks like there's still a bearing though. Or is that not a bearing? Is that a bolt? Oh, maybe that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, huh? Or no, that doesn't make sense. This is using a screw. I assume we're not supposed to use a screw on this though. There's 4 3118s and I feel like that's probably what we're supposed to use. Let me just find the let me find the parts that I think this is what you're saying. I don't think it's actually in the CAD. This looks like it's probably the piece right here. So the pin basically just snaps into here. There's no spot for bearings. Yeah, I think this is the part. Sorry, it's not focusing because I have manual focus on, I think, but this looks like it's probably the piece. So the pin basically just snaps in and then you have that part spinning in the center, so there is no bearings. Now it all makes sense. Yeah, okay, got it. I don't think there's a CAD version though, which is kind of confusing. At least I didn't see it. The 3 variants I'm seeing in CAD are basically this one, which uses a bolt, and then you've got this one with the live idler. So it's not live idler Z. It doesn't look like it. It can't be. And then bearing stack. So there's just not an exact variant. This is the closest. Where did I disable? Oh, this is the closest to what we're basically installing, it seems like. Hey, Aaron! There's still another model in that screw version. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, there's the pin. Got it. So this is the pin version. He just removed the bolt is also in the same one. Mystery solved. Okay, so let's get these installed first. It looks like it's going to be the pin, the idler, and then what are these? They're just a M3, like a shim. Hey Steve, how's it going? Happy Wednesday, man. I don't know what your schedule's looking like this week, but if you want to hop on a call, Friday is probably the day for me. If your Friday is free, let me know. Okay, let's just do auto. How's manual focus looking? Yeah, it looks okay. Kind of. Yeah, it looks okay. So I think we need, let's take out the 4 pins that are identical. Let's just set these down. So you are different than the rest. These 4 look, it looks like there's 5 of the same. Is there supposed to be 5 of the same? No, one of these. One of these is slightly different. Okay, you're different. You go there. There we go. These are the 4. Okay. Let's not lose these. You may need shims either side. Yeah, it looks like we're going to use M3. Like the CAD shows M3 shims, so we'll definitely add some shims so that way the idler doesn't rub up against the printed part. Let's see if I can. There they are. Yeah, little shims. So, also, I don't like this view that much. What's going on here? There we go. Okay. Anyone else notice there is an amazing amount of Steve in the maker community? I myself am in that group as well. Okay, so we'll do pin through here, like so. Then we've got a shim on the end like this, maybe. Yeah, there we go. And one on the other side. Like that. Okay, and then hopefully this will just snap in here and not cause too many problems. That side had a satisfying snap. And that side also had a satisfying snap. So there's definitely some back and forth wiggle room, which I think is fine. I'm pretty sure that has been the case on... I feel like once the belt's on it, it'll basically find center. But there is definitely quite a bit of back and forth play on this. Music is barely audible. It could be just because of the track. I don't think I've changed anything. And I will say, like, people that are rewatching the streams have had a couple complaints about audio, so like I don't want to bump it up. But there's only one tuxedo. Yes, I only know. I have yet to meet any other tuxedos in my life. Okay. Music is fine for me? Okay. That's a lot more than when I done live idlers. I mean, I can't think of anything else that we could or should be doing to these pieces. Like looking at the CAD, you know, it is the way that it is. There's the pin. It looks like there's a lot less space in the CAD though than what I've got in front of me. So I don't know. I don't know why mine has so much slack, but these are the parts that were in the, these are the parts that were in the repo. Wait, is there two? No, it's just a single shim. Can I see the width of this? So it's just 1/2 mil, and what I'm installing is 1/2 mil. So, I mean, it should be right. Unless the actual idlers themselves are smaller, but I don't see how that could be the case. I don't think it's a problem. Okay, got it. We saw very similar issues with Steve's stream. It looks like YouTube is applying a dynamic range compression by default on recorded playback, but not live streams. That's annoying. If they apply a setting where I can enable and disable it, then I don't think I care as much. But I haven't seen any ability to adjust audio settings. Boy, that is a lot tighter than I would like it to be. That is probably too tight. I'm debating on adding some oil like someone suggested last week. Let me try to pop this out. This is a really tight fit. And if this is gonna need to, like, since this needs to be able to move a little bit based off what we're seeing here, I don't want it to be that tight. Let me try a different pin and just see. I think it's this pulley. Let's try it if I go from the other side. Yeah, it's specifically this side of it that is tight. Let's get the other ones done and go back to it. Okay, I think I'm just gonna get some oil, guys. I think we're just gonna oil these up a little bit. It's a little bit tighter than I feel comfortable, because like, since this needs to be able to slide back and forth, like I don't want it to be wedged towards one side, not really go towards the other side. So let me quickly run upstairs. I think I've got some like 3-in-1 machine oil that we can just put a little drop on. I don't think I have anything down here, so smash the like button while I'm gone. Oh, what time is it? It's 12:49. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, you wanna stand up and say hi? Here. Watch, like, see yourself? Like, there you are. See, look, no, right here. See you? Yeah, stand up and say hi to the camera though, okay? Right. You are sweaty, or like at least warm. Say hi, look, the camera's over there. Hi. Is that what you got? A monster truck or a race car? That's a truck, huh? Monster truck? Yeah. What color is it?
Yellow.
Kind of. It's like a. It's like a. I don't know. That's a tricky color. Even your dad doesn't know what that is. It's like a bronze, maybe. Everyone's saying hi. Can you say hi, everybody?
Hi.
Hi. He is very tall. No, don't press the buttons, Bubby. Don't press the buttons. See, look at what Daddy's working on. Daddy's trying to get these pins inside of here, but they're stuck. So Daddy got some oil, and I'm gonna put some oil in there. Hopefully it'll slide a little bit easier. Yeah. Okay. You wanna press one button and then you gotta go inside because Daddy's gotta get back to building. Okay, here. You can do press, let's see. Do this one. No, not that one. That one, yeah. Nope, this one.
Pizza time!
Pizza time. Okay.
That was easy.
Okay. All right. Daddy's gonna get back to work. Say bye, everybody. Bye. Say I'll see you later. Okay. All right, puppies. I'll see you after. Okay. Want me to walk you back in, or are you gonna walk? I can't. I'll carry you. You're such a big boy, dude. You're so heavy. Oh my goodness. Okay, you can see Daddy on the TV. Okay. There you go. Daddy, after he's done. Say good luck. Thank you, baby. Can you close it? Okay, don't slam it though. Gentle, okay? Gentle, watch your fingers. Watch your fingers, puppy. Watch your fingers, baby. They're in the door. Don't close it with... Okay. Ay. So I'm like trying to close the door with his hand like on the inside of the door, and it's the heavy garage door. I'm like, don't close the door like that. Okay, late to the party, but at least at this time. Yeah. I went inside and he ran down and was like, Daddy, come play in my room. And I was like, I'm still streaming, puppy. We've been setting up like, he's got a bunch of these little, hey, Puma! How's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for the 8 months, buddy. Gosh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, we've been setting up like books as ramps for his cars, and we were doing that right before the stream, like right before the countdown. So he was like, you come back to my room. I think I'm gonna throw on a glove, maybe 2 gloves for this. Because if I get oil on my hands, that is gonna mean I've got oil on my hands for the rest of the day. And I'd prefer not to. I haven't used these for a while. These are all my new big brother. Yeah, he freaking loves his little brother so much. It is adorable. We're hoping that over like Christmas to New Year break that we can move move Baby Landon from his bassinet into a crib in Jackson's room, but it's gonna be a major, like, on a trial basis, and if need be, we will move Landon to the guest room for now, because Jackson already doesn't sleep that great, at least at the beginning of the like, until he falls asleep, it's rough, and so we don't really want to complicate what's already sort of complicated. Why are we still... This is with oil. Dude, this is just requiring a lot more force than I'd like. It's been a few times since I've been live. I think he was sick last time. Yeah, he had definitely caught a cold. At least one, if not 2. He had a couple colds. He's been going to a play place like once or twice a week with Aaron, and I think that's probably where he's picking it up. Okay, so this one slides in good through the first one. It's the second one that's just not going. So that side's fine. Don't love how hard it is for this to move. I'm like wondering if I work it back and forth, but now it's just like stuck. Get a drill and some fine grit. I don't have emery cloth. The thing that's weird though, like it's on, oops, you guys can't see that, but like it's on now, and it's still like, it's stuck. So it can't just be the ends. It definitely can't just be the ends in this case. I don't even know if I have fine grit sandpaper at this point. I don't want to do that because it's gonna fly, the pin's gonna fly across the room if I pop it out like that. Wow, that is quite stuck. Could be a burr that dug in. Let me see if I can pop it directly into my hand. Oh my god. I might have, let me take these gloves off because they got covered in oil. Nip expires time. Are there burrs or anything? Not that I can, like, I mean, nothing that I could feel like holding them. They feel smooth. I guess I'm gonna end up probably getting oil in my hand anyway. I can see if I've got some thin sandpaper, but I honestly think I used up almost all of it from previous times that we've needed it on stream, and I haven't picked up any new. Let's see, what do we have here? I have got, this is 220 grit. I've got 220, I've got 400. Oh, I got 400. Maybe 400 would work fine. That's actually, I didn't realize I had 400 grit. Super fine. What I could do is just basically chuck the pin in the drill and just try to take a little bit off the edges if possible. The drill. Are we in focus? Kind of, yeah. Yeah, we can just try to pop one of these guys in here. I'm just gonna squeeze basically right around. I use 400 to finish this in some of my wood for cement. Okay, that actually, I mean, that little bit already feels a little bit better. Probably go for another, I don't know, 10 seconds on this side. And then let's do the other side as well. Use the highest speed? Oh, okay. That's night and day better. Okay, so let's just do that for all of them. Would you recommend Hart complaining about sourcing pins? I'm guessing this is why. Oh, yeah, I will. This will definitely. I'm not saying that my printed parts weren't part of the issue when it comes to the issues we ran into last week, but basically seeing this, it does make me think that the pins were at least part of the issue. But yeah, now like if I show you guys, like it's way better than before. Okay, so that's good. Let's do the next one. Yeah, I'll definitely give this feedback though. I've had, like in the past, I've had some experiences where it's been a little bit tough to get on, but usually once you pop it on, it's sliding. And in this case, I'm like, I just didn't like the way it was. I didn't like how tough it was to get it to move. Partially because of the fact that how much space we have on both sides. Like, it's gonna have to move, and if it's stuck on one side, then I worry about the belt being at a slight angle and it wearing down the belt prematurely. So it's kind of why I was, yeah, that's way better. Oh, so bad, so much better. Did Aaron change the music and that's why it did that? Yep. That's exactly what happened. All right, we're gonna change music to this. 5mm shafts way better tolerance than 3mm pins. This one still feels tight. Yeah, this one still needs a little bit more love. It's okay, I don't think it caught it. Hopefully it didn't, because like YouTube will auto flag a video if it uses any copyright music. Yeah, I don't know that it'll pick it up, so hopefully it's okay. Aaron put on some music for Jack, and it chose Spotify, so it started playing copyright music for like a split second. I'm hoping it doesn't flag it, but usually this one's definitely trickier. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was really quick. Yeah, this side's definitely got a bit more going on than the other one. I had so many issues sourcing pins. Finally, I found some shelf pins on Amazon that were straight and fit. I got so many that were not straight. I feel like we're making progress, but we're still not there on this one. I think it's mostly, like, I do think on this one it's largely the edge, so I'm gonna squeeze, like, focus the squeeze on this a little bit more towards the end here. Okay, hopefully that did it, because that was definitely more than the first one. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, way better. Okay, I feel good about that one, so let's just do the last one. It's weird that one of them was fine. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not that weird, but who needs a lathe? This one needs a little bit more. I do think it's like you're saying, I can't feel it. It's so small that I can't feel it, but when you got metal on metal like that, it doesn't take much. Okay, let's see if that did it. Still a little tight. Make sure it's cleaned up. No, that's fine, actually. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. This needs a little bit more. Almost there. Well, most of the gantry pins we already got in, so there should only be up to, I think we have 3 pins left in total. But I won't do them all right now. I'll wait. This isn't that bad. I'll just make sure I keep the sandpaper. Where the heck did I put? Yeah, I'll just keep the drill right here and the sandpaper on hand. All right. So with that, we should be able to get back to business, which is popping these guys in. Hey, Stuart. Yeah, just the front idlers, that's all. I wish I had done this on the other idlers. I can't prove it, but based off this, I have a feeling that part of the reason why the printed parts were so difficult to get those pins in and why it was causing so much stress was because of this same sort of thing where there was probably a little bit of a burr at the end of it and the printed part just did not like it. And so I brute forced it, and I think we'll still be okay, but I wish I had just probably done that with all of them. Hey, Kiro. Hey, Down Under. How's everybody's day going? Or night? Okay, that is in, and we can slide. It's got plenty of ability to move back and forth. That was my biggest concern, was just getting. I can get it on here, right? Like I was able to get it on, but if it's locked in and it needs to move, then that's going to be an issue. So, feeling a lot better. Feeling a lot better about this now. Last one. Just making electricity from household trash. What? Do you fancy a challenge? Heart K has a new single screw front idler for the Micron. Single screw front idler for the... I want to try to build it how the kit is as much as possible for this initial one, but I'm not against mods later on. I mean, we're definitely going to be changing the idlers because I think for Mad Max, right, doesn't it require pretty substantially different idlers? So that's where the tools park on. Okay, those are good. So what is left on the assembly? I don't think there's much, right? It's basically some screws going through this into the frame and then some screws going up. Do I have, let me make sure. Is there supposed to be heat inserts or? Are these for heat in? No, these are nuts. What am I saying? There's nut traps. Okay. So we're gonna need M3 nuts for those. Okay, so what I can do right now is pop in some nuts. We'll do that. We'll pop in all the nuts for these. Oops. There we go. 4 a.m. I went to bed early to catch the stream. Nice. Thank you, man. How's wifey doing? How's the recovery going? I know you said it was gonna be pretty long, but my sort of like concept of time has been really screwed up for a while, so I don't know whether it's been just like a month or whether it's been already a couple months right now. I don't remember. Okay, so those pop in easily. So we definitely want to make sure that we don't drop our nuts. So let's keep them like that. So just little nut traps on the back of these. Once these are bolted to the frame, it won't be an issue because it will seal this cavity, but for right now, the nuts pop in very easily. Okay, so those are in. So it looks like at this point, I think we're basically just going to be bolting this guy to the frame. Actually, can I don't see any reason why I can't install these bolts into this, and then I don't have to worry about the nut traps right now. Let's do that. So what are these? These are M330 button heads. Lots of those in life. Nut traps. Hey, Deanna! I downloaded the newest files from configurator before I printed mine. Got it. So did you get the single screw idlers in? Should be able to use stock idler for Mad Max, but will depend on the tool choice. I'll see at least substantial space on Micron. I thought it wasn't that substantial. Or maybe it was, because I was showing, Steve was showing me the Tridex one, and maybe it's because you have more distance in left and right, because he was showing me the area that you would normally lose, and it was like kind of just a couple squares from the front of the bed, but I guess it would make sense that it's probably a fair bit more on Micron because things are just more compact. Okay, we're looking for M330s. These are M320s. These are M325s. These are M330s. Okay. All right, zoom out a little bit. I kind of don't like this angle. Maybe that's better. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Okay. You can, yeah, yep. I wasn't sure at first, but pre-assembling these seems like the way to go. And I don't have to worry about the inevitable nuts falling out on the floor. Okay, so these are going from flat side up. Up. Does it matter? This looks mirrored to me. I don't think it matters which direction it goes, so let's just shove them in. Okay. I don't know how far I want them to go right now. Probably good. We'll just leave them like that. It's kind of like flush with the top of the nut approximately in the nut trap, so. Miss Maker is doing a lot of physio, should be back to running by February. Okay. Yeah, so still a ways to go. I remember you saying it was going to be a long time. I just, like I said, I couldn't remember if it happened in the last 30 days or if it was further out than that. Okay, so yeah, I'm just eyeballing it at this point. That looks roughly flush, and that looks roughly flush-ish. Oops. Okay. Last one. Another question is, how are you going to make sure these retention are straight? Yes. I don't have an answer to that, GPs. When I tighten them, I will do my best to turn them evenly, but the thing I won't be able to say definitively is that my starting points are equal. We need a 2mm. I mean, I could. So I could tighten them all the way till where they're flush with the top, and that's easier to see, and then back off a certain amount. But I think the answer is I'm just gonna do my best. I think that's probably what I will do. I use calipers on either side. Couldn't find a better way. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... I think I'm probably just going to wing it. I think that's what I did on my 2.4 and it turned out okay. But yeah, eyeballing it, especially because I'm not even eyeballing it from, like, it's easier to eyeball it if I'm eyeballing it up here, but I'm eyeballing it at the top of the nut, which is further in the cavity. So it's a guesstimation as far as whether it's flush or not. Yeah. Okay, the specialist who did the surgery wants all of the titanium to stay in if possible, as it will take the load. Oh, got it. It will take the load when she's running. Is there other specialists that are saying other things, or no? Like, that's the plan then, is to leave the titanium in. I was surprised that, as these came from the 2.4 mod, that no one could give me a good solution to this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think if, like, I guess if you were able, like, I guess if you push the screws all the way into the face of the nut and you count your turns, like, okay, we're 4 turns in, like, that's probably more accurate than what I did, which is just eyeballing it. But I still think there would be a margin for, you know, maybe you turned it a little bit more on one, or maybe you turned it a little bit less on the other one. 1 second. I'm gonna get some water really quick. Yeah, I just eyeballed as well. If I see any issues with the Z, I will definitely look into tension as one of the, you know, one of my causes for it. But outside of that, for now, I'm just gonna hope for the best. So, okay, let's see the front. So this is the, why do we want so wobbly up? It's because we're on a driver. Okay, let me move you guys further back now. Way too zoomed in. I did get the lights in that I ordered, so I'm really excited about getting better lighting in here. My plan is to get rid of the floor lights altogether, just because since I got moved to the oh great, I thought I had this straight, but then I realized one of my tripod legs was actually not. So since we're gonna be at a distance, I think what I'll likely do is turn on autofocus. But yeah, I am hoping, my goal was to have them done by today, but that didn't end up being the case. So I'm hoping by next Wednesday I'll have these done. But basically, I got 6 of these guys, which were pretty expensive. Cloud42 is the person who I saw their video on these lights, and specifically they're non-flicker, which is important for video. But the plan is to do like 3 rows and 3 rows, and they all plug into each other, which I really like, so that way I can control them with the switch that got installed. So hopefully this will give us more even lighting, and I won't have to use the floor lights anymore, because especially when I'm doing all of the like light burn and Milmage videos, there's just not a lot of space over there for big floor stand lights. So I'm hoping this will be a good solution. They are LED, yeah. Waveform is the company. Waveform Lighting. It's a U.S. company. They're out of, I think, Washington. Yeah, they're definitely a lot more than what I wanted to spend on lights, but lighting is like arguably the most important thing for video work, and so it felt kind of necessary just to go for it. So somebody said to be careful about installing these incorrectly, and my question to that is, how is that possible to install them incorrectly? Unless like the wrong side of the extrusion, but they look like they're all the same. I don't see any that are like left and any that are right. I'm gonna bring you guys actually higher up, because you need to be able to see over like this. And we'll turn on manual focus again, because we need to focus in the foreground. Wait, did I not okay. Something tells me I screwed up. I think I'm missing 4 nuts, possibly. Because I have no nuts installed here. And I take it that's where these are going, and then I have 4 nuts installed on the other side. You don't think they are what? You don't think they're all the same? Or you think that it doesn't matter which route they go in? Hey Beads, yeah, we got the Z drives installed on the bottom, and now we're doing the idlers, and then hopefully running belts, and then putting the feet on. Is it going to be to your permanent studio? Well, this is like, this space is like mostly just Lightburn and Millmade stuff, which is like my day job, what I do from, like, that's what I work for. YouTube is always been like hobby more than anything. So the upstairs studio is more of like my YouTube studio. But for stuff like certain things, it'll be nice to be able to do out here. And I like, actually, I really do like streaming out here. So we might continue streaming out here. The goal is by next summer, like, the goal is by next summer that we have a shed out here so I can get all this stuff out of here. And then if I can make this area look a little bit nicer, I will. It doesn't matter as long as they're on the right sides. Got it. That's kind of what I was thinking. So let me take a look at this. I think I definitely screwed up by not installing nuts on one side, which is odd because I swore I like double checked these things, but I do have LDO roll-ins. Yeah, I have a bunch of them the kit came with. So I just want to make sure, so if we're looking at this from the front, which is the orientation I have, then it's going on this side. Yeah, which is what I figured. Okay. Yeah, I have 4 pre-installed on the other side, so it's kind of odd to me that I goofed on this one, but luckily we've got what we need. And then let's just see, these are going to be M320 button heads, so that's what I need to find next. M320s. And then the LDO nuts are here. A ceiling mounted camera crane. I've been debating for a long time of doing some sort of like just T-track setup on the ceiling so I can have a ceiling mounted camera, but the ceilings aren't that tall and I have concerns. I would probably work for a crane. Like, it'd probably work, but I don't know that I'll ever do it. Okay, so we're gonna use the little roll-in nuts here, or drop-in nuts from LDO. Let's see if I can. Is there a trick to getting them in, and is there a trick to getting them to stay? Okay, that seemed like that worked. This is gonna be a little bit tricky on these ones, so I'm not gonna worry about alignment right now. I'm just gonna try to get them in. So let's do. Oh, I worry that this is just gonna fall in. Did I get it? Okay, no, that worked, I think. Kind of? Why are we not tightening? Okay, it is working. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to get the second one in, I think. Okay, let's try it. Where'd my printed seal end up? It's upstairs somewhere. The upstairs studio has gotten pretty ridiculously messy. Yeah, it's gotten pretty bad. I keep telling myself that I need to clean it and then keep getting busy with things. Okay, let's see if this is gonna be. I don't know if I even have enough length to grab that. Shoot. Okay, so that definitely just wants to keep falling. Okay, we'll try it. I just don't know that I have enough depth to grab that. Oh, and that one fell out too. You know what? I think what I'm gonna have to do is lay this down. I think I have to lay this down, because if I lay it down, then these things I can make sure that they're like flat. So let's try that for this side. Okay. You guys cannot see what I'm doing, so let me move you guys. You still won't be able to see that well what I'm doing, so I don't have a top-down view, but you can kind of see the general, at least area of where I'm working. Okay, let's see if this will work. I just don't know if there is enough length on these screws to be able to grab these guys. Let's see. Right about there is where they need to be. It is not able to grab them. Okay, one of them was able to grab, so something... Did I just miss my mark? Ay. The roll-ins are tricky. I have to space them with filament and a zip tie to catch them. Yeah, I find it easier to use a hex key to align the nut through the hole. The issue is that they're really thin. Let me try inverting, like... I'm gonna try to install one in the same direction as the one that I was just able to get. Okay. Let's see if I can even grab this guy. I'm thankful we have these as an option. That's for sure, but definitely seem a little tricky. Okay, that one grabbed. And that was the one I wasn't able to grab prior. Come on, baby. Come on. Okay, so it's definitely just an alignment at this point. Let me see if I can see through this hole. Pull this screw out. I find they fall out of reach. You need to back them. I think that this one is going to work because I was just able to grab one. Okay, that looks like it's aligned now. So let's see if I can get this. I think the direction you put it in matters, because it looks like one direction makes it where they stick out a tiny bit more. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Yes! Okay. So that's one down. So let's pop this guy in place and tighten it down. Slide something behind the roll-in as mentioned by Wiki, zip tie or filament. I think I'll be okay. Like, let me try it one more time this route that I've got it. But if it doesn't work, then I will. No. Only two more to go. I somehow managed to preload them on the other side. I wonder if they fell out when I redid the frame. When I installed them and was moving stuff around, I wonder if they just fell out. Okay, so this side's good. So now we will try this side. But yeah, there's a side of them that seems like it sticks out a hair more than the other side. So it's the back side. So let's see if I can get this side in the same way. I cannot tell if I did that one correctly or not. I think I did. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, if need be though, I will have to put like a piece of filament or something or zip tie behind it, because they're so thin that once they fall in, they fall up against, like if you had it vertically, they were at an angle, which made it almost impossible to get them in. But now that I have them laying downward, they fall as far as they possibly can to the inside of the extrusion. So if your screw is not long enough to catch that far in, it's just not going to grab it. Did you use the printed parts with these drop-in nuts? I don't think there are printed parts for these. I used the printed parts for the drop-in, like the preloaded nuts. Yeah, I did. But for these guys, I did not. So let's see if I can just align. Nice, thank you so much for the donation, man. Yes, smash the like button. I will probably use my phone light again to see if I can light this up. Let's see. Okay, so that one looks perfectly aligned like that. If we could just not move anything else, that would be awesome. Okay, so yeah, in this case, I might have to do what you're saying, which is put something behind them. So, what were my options? We said zip ties or filament. I feel like the zip tie probably is going to work a little better for this. Zip tie, zip tie, zip tie, zip tie. There has to be zip ties in this kit. How am I not seeing them? Maybe they're over here? Oh, here they are. Yeah, zip ties. Me like Smash. The only thing that's going to be trickier with the zip tie is I won't probably be able to see so easily. I still might be able to. Ah! These zip ties might be too skinny, actually. Because it's starting to like flip them. Okay, let's see if I can drop the zip tie inside of the extrusion. No, it does not fit. Okay, so I think if I cut the head off of the... I'm gonna cut the head off the zip tie. So that way I can just basically drop this guy inside of here. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna leave all the nuts in here because as long as I can get them like loosely attached, then I can just lift this thing up, drop them all out and move forward. But I have there's like three long lost nuts in the channel right now. Okay, so let's drop this guy in. It's like it's at an angle now because of this. It's kind of centered. Okay, that looks decent. That looks decent. All right, let's see if I can do this. Let's use the phone light again. Okay, that definitely looks aligned to me. It's not the right driver size. Okay, we got that one in. That one's good. So can we get lucky and grab the other one? There's a printed backer in the visa. If you use the printed backer though, then my question is, this one looks good. Where the heck is it? If you use the printed backer, do they still drop in though? Because I would think that the reason why that they're made so thin is so that way you can drop them in. And I would think that the backer would make them where they don't slide around, but you have to preload them. Is that not the case? Why is this not here? Okay. Oh, we got it. We freaking got it. We got it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I almost wonder if I want to just keep it laying down because I think it'll be easier for me to shine light on the other side as well. So let's do a few things here. One, let's get this, let's flip this around actually to the other side. Let's do it like this so I don't lose the nuts that are in the bed. Okay. Okay, so these are not falling out on their own, as I thought they would. Interesting. I was suspecting they would fall out. It's a backer for the drop-in. There's a printed backer. So I'm gonna probably have to get a flathead here and fish these out. Or you know what? I could probably use this handy dandy zip tie. Maybe. Caught it. I caught it. Yes. All right. Come on. It's a very awkward angle. It's hard to see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, there should be one last one. There, got it. Okay. So let's drop this guy into place. The other side should be way easier because I have the nuts preloaded. Also, what time is it? We'll open the giveaway up in 23 minutes here. Leave him, it gives your input shaper graph character. You're like, what are those? What are those small peaks? Like, oh, those are just my nuts rattling around. Okay. So now for the bottom ones, it should be a lot quicker. Keyword should, but I won't be fighting anything, so get this guy. See if I can eyeball it. Looks about right. Okay. Okay. It looks like, almost looks like they need to be butted up against each other. The nut traps. Let's try it like that. Oh my god, that was so much nicer. Okay. Yeah, preload your nuts. Preloading your nuts is the way. I'm thankful we even had the option to use those LDO drop-ins, but preloading is absolutely the way. And I swore I double-checked things, so I'm just curious. Like, it's possible I missed it. Like, I'm not saying I didn't miss it, but I also wonder if somehow they slid out when I was moving the frame around. Okay. That looks good. All right, last one. Last one. I just chucked that screw. I think it fell right about here. Is that mouse poop? No, maybe. There it is. Oh, it is mouse poop. Gross.
The mice have come back this season, for anyone that's wondering. I still don't know how they're getting in. I'm gonna leave that screw. If I need a spare M320, just remind me. Just someone call out mouse poop. But yeah, they have come back this year. I've caught 3 so far this season, and I don't understand how they're getting in. I feel like I've sealed every aspect of the garage. Yeah, I still keep catching them by the water heater. Okay. These need to go closer together. That looks pretty much spot on. Maybe. Yep, that worked. Okay. Last one slid into place. All right, our idlers are officially, our Z idlers are officially on. So now we got to figure out the belt switch. So, probably just going to, let's see, for camera, I'm going to leave you guys kind of like this, but I will likely zoom out a bit more like that. So what I'll do is feed the belt from the bottom. Okay, wrap it around the idler. And then pull it back through the other side if I can. Give myself some slack. Once I get the first one, then I'll have my size, like I'll know the size I need, but is there an easier way? Because I don't see the belt. Oh, there you are. Hold on, almost there. There we go. Okay. So belt is pulled through. The thing I don't entirely know yet is how this attaches to the gantry. Is it a similar thing to the 2.4? Let's see. It looks like it's very similar to the 2.4. Yeah. Okay, so we technically don't even need the full length because it stops here, but it also goes out that far. So we will give ourselves some additional length. Let's do, I'd rather have a little extra than not enough in this case. Let's see. I think we'll call it here. That should be probably enough space to fit it on both sides of that without too much force. I installed the gantry before belting, as the belt has to go through the gantry. I installed the gantry before belting. The only reason why I'm putting the belt on right now is because I want to put the feet on. I think the feet block the ability to do that. So my plan was to basically cut the belts to size and just have them kind of like loosely dangling on the inside of the printer so I can put the feet on. So yeah, I won't install the belts fully. Like, I'm only doing this right here so that way I know the length to cut them to. And because I believe once the feet are on, I can't actually, based on my understanding, feet are easy to take off. Got it. So you're thinking, screw it, just put the feet on and then worry about the gantry and then do the belt at the same time?
Do you humanely take care of them? I don't. I use snap traps. I feel like that's more humane than poison. But yeah, last year we had 11 mice. And the first one we discovered was in our car. It ate through our air filter and ate part of my son's car seat. It started burrowing into the car seat. When I took his car seat out, it basically snowed foam. So at that point, I just decided like, it's you know, I couldn't risk trying different methods of keeping them away when they've now gotten in the house and I've got a 1-year-old at the time. Or was it a 1-year-old? He was one. Yeah, he was one. He was one. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I did. Found it easier. Got it. I'm not against going that route. The only reason why I was following this route was put on the damn belt, extra internet points. Now we're going to insert the Z-belt and the Z-drive assemblies before we attach the accent pieces and rubber feet. It says it'll save us a world of pain later. Maybe I'll just shove them like my initial idea was and like slap a zip tie them on this side. Like, yeah, I'll just, I can see why you wouldn't do them now. But I don't think it'll be that bad if I just do what my plan is. Well, we'll try it. We'll try what I'm thinking, and if it doesn't work out, then I will improvise. So let me move this guy out of the way for a sec again. I have animals, so it'll be a live trap or a snap trap. I'm not sure on the laws here. In the US. Check your local laws in the UK. It's illegal to release a trapped mouse as they are vermin. They manage to escape by a different manner. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the States here, and I don't think there's any laws. I know that, like, many years ago, at my parents' house, for some reason there were squirrels that somehow made it to their backyard, which the area where my parents live, like, is not a place where there's squirrels, but there were squirrels, and they were eating, I think, a bunch of the garden and like and just damaging like a lot of the stuff in the backyard. And so my dad, like, I come from a family of animal lovers. Like, the mice is kind of a separate stitch, but like, love animals. And so my dad didn't want to like hurt any squirrel, so he live trapped them in a cage, and then took them to a huge park and released them. Was that against the law? And where he was, I have no idea. This was like 10 years ago, but I think almost in all situations, the squirrels did not live very long once getting to the park. Like, they freaked out, like, from being in the cage. So, you could try, I mean, if you want to, humanely release them and it's fine, you can try, but like, I think sometimes it's easier said than done, for sure. Yeah, we have, yeah. It's been a struggle. It's been a big struggle. Okay, so let me clean up this cut. I'm just using flush cutters. I don't know where scissors are right this second. Okay, so this one is starting at a tooth higher, like that. I'll try to keep these the same length if possible. Okay, so it looks like I need to cut you right there. That was a pretty poor cut. Okay. Hopefully I did that right. I'm gonna check this one more time. So the front one should be one up higher, which means that on the other side, the back side should be one lower.
It looks like I did that incorrectly. So my cut here. I feel like I've screwed this up. Like, I try to keep them even. Like, I think the catch leads you need to take them far enough away. Nothing familiar, so they'll find a way back. Oh, I thought that was a huge spider crawling on my water, but it's just a fly. The shadow of it spooked me. I'm not even necessarily like, I don't really mind, I don't mind spiders so much, but a big one crawling on my water bottle can't be a fan of. Okay, let me check this one more time, make sure I'm not crazy. So the one facing me is a tooth higher up, so the one on the inside should be a tooth lower on the other end if they're even. I'm probably going to leave it regardless at this point because I feel like I'm mind is playing tricks on me, but I know I have not had these even on all my printers and it's worked out okay in the end, but I try to, because I do think it makes it easier for tensioning. Okay, now it looks like there's two below, so I might be a tooth off. Okay, I lied. I'm cutting this right here. We're calling this good. I bet your mice are field mice like you have in Wyoming. If you have remote or other edge of town, you will always have a problem. Yeah, so where I live is like, at least was farmland before they built a bunch of houses, and they're doing a ton of construction on that side. And I'm also like, we're the last house in the cul-de-sac, and behind me is a like overflow water thing. And the people next to me have some land. So like, yeah, I think that's just it. All my neighbors have had some mice issues, but I just don't understand. Like, my biggest thing is I don't understand how they're getting in. Like, it's a new build, so it's not like this old decaying wood. Like, my parents have a cabin and they've always had mouse problems, but the house is really old. So there's just things that are decaying here and there that need to get repaired. But here I'm like, I feel like I've everything that's bigger than a pinky, because that's all the size I need is, I feel like I've stuffed with like steel wool mesh to try to keep them out, and they're still getting in. And so, more than anything, I don't want them to multiply. Like, I need to stay on top of it. And two, I'm just scratching my head as to like, where are you getting in from? I was talking to Aaron a couple days ago because like they keep getting like the place that they get caught or in the trap is like over by the water heater. So I'm curious almost if there's a way in over there. So I'm debating on setting up like a camera with like, you know, night vision on it, that if there's a day where I catch one, I can see, are they even coming like off the side of the view into there, or are they just over there? So I'm curious. I'm just, yeah, it's kind of completely mind-boggling to me how they're getting in. Okay. Okay, one last one. Hopefully we have enough for AB. Yeah, I think we're going to have enough. This is not a big printer. Can you measure the Z-belt? Is it 152 centimeters? I'm not remeasuring this belt again. I think I was fine the first time before I cut it shorter because I thought I was wrong and had to recut it again. Okay, so this should be the higher side. All right. We are calling this good enough. Bam. Okay, so this is all the extra that we're gonna need for AB. Hopefully that's enough. I think it is, but. Do you have a gas or electric water heater? It is a gas. It is a gas heater. Is it temporary? Is this temporary place becoming as temporary as to use build temporary space? Maybe. I don't know why, like, well, okay, so the perk of streaming out here is that when I'm working on a video project for the other channel upstairs, I don't have to take everything down, set up the stream, move the stream, put everything back. Like, I still have to do some setup and stuff down here, like cameras end up going upstairs and back, but like, the stuff I'm working on all over the table up there gets to stay there, and I think that's probably my biggest, like, my favorite part of streaming down here. They don't need but the smallest of spaces. Yeah, I think they say, I mean, I guess they say pinky, but like, who's pinky, right? Like, my pinky or someone else's pinky. You could get one of those wildlife cameras with a motion sensor. I might. Check where the piping goes in and out. I've looked, like, I feel like I've looked really well, and there's a bunch of, where the pipe goes in, they have a bunch of the, like the orange, like flame, I think it's like flame proof or flame retardant, you know, foam insulation. I don't see any way they could get around that, but I need to look more. I need to look more. But yeah, the camera, just if I could see, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk in mouth right now. But if I find anything, I will, you know, they will chew through it. Worst part of streaming is hiding all the stuff under NDA for manufacturers before you stream. Luckily, I don't end up having a lot of stuff that's under NDA. I did when I was testing out the Bamboo Lab new printer, and I just threw a sheet over it. But a lot of the other stuff doesn't end up being under NDA, or I end up waiting, depending on what it is. But yeah, that is also a thing as well. There's always the concern of panning the camera and showing something you're not supposed to show. Okay, so let's do what I have planned for this really quickly here, which is basically just shove these through the bottom and then zip tie them on the other side, so that way they don't fall out. Even though I don't think they'll be able to fall out, period. No, they still could. It could be annoying, actually. So let's do this. Okay. Like this. There we go. Is it an atmospheric boiler? I don't know the answer to that question. Nice. I wish I did. I don't know much about. I'll show you guys. You tell me. You tell me what I've got. Hold on. Through the workout equipment. This is what I got. The water heater. It's got a vent into the ceiling, and then the gas line. You can kind of see it right there. Yeah, you can see the gas line where it goes in, and there's the pilot light. I don't know what I got. This is the first house I've ever owned, and I don't know much about. Don't know much about all that. I'm learning as I go. Okay. Yes, shove belts in. Belt. Belt on the other side. We got it. Yeah, that looks good. So yeah, I'll just zip tie. I'm just gonna zip tie this side of it, so that way they can't fall out, because getting them back in with the feet on will be tricky. So let's just get 4 zip ties, 1 for each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. And I'll just tie them. Just do a zip tie right here. Okay, that should be good on that one. Don't care if it can move, just don't want it to fall out. Giveaway time. Yeah, I will open up the, yeah, screw it, I'll do it right now. Before I get more into Beltland. Send. Okay, the giveaway link is officially in chat for anyone that wants to enter in. It is pinned. Pin message. Okay, there we go. What did you say? Giveaway time. Greetings, everyone. I'm quite late to the party. Finished my market. Oh, nice. How did the conversion go? that's potentially what we're going to be doing after this build, is converting, it's not a Mark IV-S, it's a Mark IV, but to a Core 1, potentially. I don't know how readily available the conversion kits are. I've been A3 foam, steel wool, and caulking. Steel wool and caulking are the best, I believe. Yeah, I have, so this is, I promise everyone, this is the last thing we'll look at today regarding anything mouse related. Yeah, so I've got, wait, what is this? No, these are mouse. Perhaps this is the stuff I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Okay, so I have this stuff, and there definitely were some openings. Let me show, like, so this is wool with steel in it. And it's supposed to be like I use this little screwdriver, just shove it into places, but basically, like, it blocks the opening. If they try to get in, they bite on it, it irritates their teeth, and like, nah, man, I'm good. So I tried doing that. Wait, were you guys even able to see that? Yeah, you were. I tried doing that around like the big garage door openings and a couple spots in the garage. I was like, maybe that's a spot. And each time thought, like, I did it this time, surely. And then, you know, a week or two later, a mouse is in the trap, and I'm like, what? Like, how did you get in here? So I'm trying, man. Because we pay for a pest control that like sprays and just once a quarter, and they came out when I originally had the mouse problem in the car. I was like, hey, can you guys come out? And like they said there was like a free consult or something like that, and then they looked around the crawl space, looked around the attic, and showed me some stuff, and like basically told me what they were gonna do, but the price was steep, and I was like, I can't spend that right now, sorry. But at least like I knew kind of what the game plan was, so that way I was able to try to replicate it, but clearly not as effectively. But who's to say that even if we did pay, that it would have solved the issue? It might be a similar situation. We did have one of the vents for the crawl space was like on the outside of the house was not drilled in properly to the concrete foundation, and so I do think it's possible they got in through there, because they did find some mouse remnants in the crawl space. And then they also showed me that basically where the house on the outside, every section where there's like a 90 degree, a hard 90, that some of them have an opening where a mouse could go in and crawl up. And I don't know if that would get them into the attic or not, but I need to steel wool that as well. So anyways, mouse. Did we get that in the right way? We did not. Okay, let's try it like this. For anyone that's just showing up, giveaway link was just added or opened in chat. So if you want to get into the Polymaker giveaway, be sure to put your name in the hat. Okay, that one's good. Oh, I didn't even realize that was Rod. Did you change your profile picture? That always throws me off. Anyone that's like been in the stream for a long time and changes their profile picture, it melts my mind a little bit. It was a fun upgrade, nice. How long did it take you? Granted, like it will take me whatever that time is times 4, I'm sure. Partially because live stream, partially because tangents about mice and stuff. But what was the, like, do you have any idea roughly of how long the process was? From disassembly to full reassembly, not from having everything already disassembled. Okay, last one zip tied on, so we're good on that. So the next step is going to be to install the little feet caps, these guys. And we need to make sure that we install the nut trap because that's what the rubber feet are going to attach to. So let me get all these out right here. I'm gonna kind of work from a different angle right now, which is nice that we have the space too, because upstairs, like, upstairs is a bigger room than the single car bay, but it's kind of narrow with the way I have the desk set up. So at least here I can kind of just dance around as I need to. All right, so these surely are the M5x4s. Took me about 9 hours total. Nice. Okay, cool. I think YouTube changed my profile pic. Wait, you changed it months ago? Really? Somehow I didn't notice the profile change till right now. That's spooky. It used to be the one in my Google profile. Yeah, it's possible. Oh, does this not... I was assuming that this is going to be kind of tough to get in, but that is a loose drop-in as well. So that's kind of nice. Let's really quickly take a peek at... Let's take a peek at the CAD. What are you? What are you? What are you? M38s. I think that's what these guys are. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, nice. 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Do you have a vent in the backside of the boiler for the fresh air intake? Do you have a vent in the backside of the boiler for fresh air intake?
Maybe? I assume there has to be a vent somewhere for fresh air intake. I feel like that's probably what the big tube is on the top of it, but I don't know where that's tied to. I would think that that probably is coming out somewhere higher up on the house or the ceiling or the roof of the house. So I don't entirely know. I'd have to go outside and climb up probably and check. But there has to be some sort of exchange. There's definitely a vent. There's definitely a vent on top there. I'm typically on my personal page when watching streams. Got it. Yeah, I jump between two. Like, sometimes I'm on this channel and sometimes I'm on the main channel if I tune into someone else's stream as well. Just really depends on whatever I'm logged into at that moment. But the names are similar enough that you pretty much always know that it's me. All right, so this guy needs to go. Potty? Okay. Come on, monkey. There you go, Bubbas. Oh, it's getting a little gloomy out there. Someone remind me in a minute that Puppers is outside going potty. Okay, so this just needs to slide on here, and we want to make sure we don't drop our nut. That looks like that lines up pretty well. I think. Yeah. Okay. Now the accent, I really like the accent pieces. Or like just the color combo, I guess, more than just the accent pieces. My starting machine was the Bear for S0. Got it, okay. I didn't even know that there was an official Bear upgrade for the Mark IVS. That's interesting. Is the Bear project still actively going on or no? Like, not anymore. I totally forgot about Bear. I used to follow, I think it was Greg, right? Is the creator behind the Bear project. I used to follow and see a lot of posts from him, but it's been a really long time. Is it Marcus or Mark? Mark, hey Mark! If you have not already, get in on the giveaway. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Alright, another one. These ones do matter, which direction they go in. This looks like it's gonna work for here. Yep, this one's gonna go right there. Look at that. Cool. Any updates on doing the FDL3? No.
I'm even more concerned about doing it. Like if I'm end up doing it, it probably is going to be completely off stream and like on my own, because YouTube's gotten so strict with anything that resembles pew pew, that even if it's a nerf, like especially after what happened with Taylor's stream, I just concerned. I still really want to build it. I actually was talking about it not that long ago. Mark IV spare parts are on printables. Oh, cool. Okay, let me see if Monkey's ready to come inside. 1 second. Y'all done? He says, yeah. It's cold out there. Even though it's like 60. It's not. It's really not cold today. Okay. 2 more of these guys. I cannot wait to get to build getting Tommy's Moab. Oh, nice. I think I showed someone that. I don't know if it was Aaron or if it was my parents on that. Maybe it was both. I really don't know. But that thing looks freaking awesome. What happened to Taylor's stream? If I remember correctly, I don't think on his stream it was a nerf. I think it was like a cosplay, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure someone here was watching that stream. But it got flagged, and I can't remember what exactly the outcome was, like if the stream just got taken down or if like he got temporarily like he couldn't stream for a week or 2. Like I don't remember all the details, like I'm hazy on it, but it wasn't good. It definitely was not. This is not the right side. This must mean it needs to go down here. Yeah, someone probably knows. I wasn't in the stream. I more just like heard when it happened and was like, that is scary. I'm gonna move you guys closer to you. I can't actually see chat from over here very well. 1 sec. Unplug you guys. You always have in and out for atmospheric boiler. You have a vent on the top and fresh air around the bottom of the unit. You need air to burn to fuel the gas. Got it. Yeah, I don't know. Nice. You're the professional, man. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the water heater. I'm currently building an amazing RC car that you print if you're needing a project. RC I print. What RC car is it? I have my FTL3 built and wired. Just need to program it. That's so cool. I did the Kickstarter. Nice. I remember that happened to Lee Marie. Yeah, there was like a whole thing going on for a bit there where it was happening, and I just don't want to risk. I don't want to risk it. Yeah, that's right. It happened. It did happen. I remember that. We both got flagged for dart blasters. Had that live stream deleted, and he couldn't live stream for at least a week. Yeah, it sucks. And there's like oftentimes with YouTube, there's not human review. Like for almost everything, there's not human review. It's wild to me, like over the 15 years of like doing YouTube stuff, that even for big channels, usually the way that anybody gets help is over Twitter. Like somebody big in YouTube that like picks up the message of other people saying, hey, like this happened, and then they like tag someone at YouTube and then they do something about it. But the actual like direct channel built into the platform is rough. It's really rough. So I try my best to not do anything that potentially could get the channel flagged or in trouble. It would just be heartbreaking to me, man. I love making videos and everything that we've built over the last 10-15 years, so I can't risk it. The algorithm will ping the builds because of the New Zealand. Got it. Yeah, I don't. From my perspective, like it's just not even worth it for pre-recorded stuff anymore. There's a review of like the Creality printer I did where I said that I was printing out some parts for, and I think I do show it actually in that video. I think I do. I've never had issues with it, knock on wood, because they can change their mind at any moment. But yeah, from my perspective, like it's just not worth it. All right, we get to screw our big feet on. I feel like this is pretty much what we're gonna do today, actually, is like get the feet on here and then maybe look at what our next steps are. The next week, then the main thing is gonna be getting the gantry built, getting the Z belts attached, and hopefully running the AB belts. And then the following week, yeah, this isn't gonna be printing by Christmas, I doubt. I doubt it. I now that I'm starting to say things out loud. So I think one stream for gantry, one stream for probably tool head, and then electrical. So yeah, unless I do a really long stream, but there's just so much stuff going on right now with like holiday prep and just extra things that I don't know if it'll happen. Xmas Eve marathon. We celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve here, so that would be like, sorry, family, I'm busy. Okay, so this M516 button heads. There's gonna be a big screw somewhere. Should be easy to find. Yeah, is this it? M516, yeah. What about the Mercury build and all-wheel drive mod? Yeah, that needs to happen. I think that was supposed to happen this year. I still really want to do that. I actually forgot until you just mentioned it. I think you'll find we're family. Everyone, all of us just hanging out for Christmas. I doubt there's gotta be other stuff going on that you guys want to do on Christmas versus hanging out with me, man. I'm absolutely appreciative of the thought of that, but I feel like there's gotta be some Christmas plans going on. This feels like it could probably benefit from a washer. I don't want to tighten this too tight. I know I've had issues on my 2.4. I'm pretty sure I bent these guys because I was tightening it too tight. So I'm just gonna like two strong finger tighten it. That's as tight as I'm going because it bends the center metal. Yeah, that's plenty good. My stream time is Christmas Day and New Year's Day. My time, it's gonna be weird not streaming 2 weeks in a row. Wait, what date is is it Christmas on a Wednesday, like Christmas Eve on a Wednesday? Hold on. Calendar. So it's a day. Oh wow. Yeah. No, I will not be streaming. Dang. Okay, so I'm not gonna take off 2 weeks. There's no way. But I very likely am gonna take Christmas Eve off. I'm gonna be busy with cooking. The honey baked ham like takes quite a long time. I manually have to insert cloves into like every spiral on it. That alone takes me like 45 minutes to an hour, and then I have to constantly baste it with the honey stuff or scoop it on top. So yeah, I'll have to figure that out unless we do like an early stream or something. But I don't see why I wouldn't do one on the 31st, earlier on in the day, like, cause none of the New Year's festivity stuff starts till later on. New Year's is mine and Aaron's anniversary, not wedding anniversary, but like our dating anniversary. But we don't usually do anything on that actual day, so I'll figure it out. I'll have to look a little bit. Oh, geez, I'll have to look. But I'm glad that this came up because I had no idea that both Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve fell on Wednesday. Yeah, I won't take off 2 weeks. I'll figure it out. Do a ham bake stream. I would really enjoy a baking stream. I'm just saying it. Like I would very much so enjoy a baking stream, but it would be sheer madness. There would be a baby crying for most of it. Jackson wanting to touch all the buttons and help out and be like, what's the camera? Like, I do not have the setup. Yeah. But I absolutely, I think I would enjoy it more than I'd even like to admit. Call it greetings fresh stream rather than hello fresh. I'll be working as I always do. I don't holiday. Got it. Is it busy? I assume well, I don't know. Is it busier on the holidays? Or is it not busier on holidays? Some things get real busy and other things are like, no, it's real slow, it's kind of chill. Okay, that feels good. Last one. I might be doing a gingerbread house build stream with my 4-year-old next week. That sounds lovely. Would that be after this stream on Wednesday as well? I could try to catch that. I've never built a gingerbread house. At least I don't think I have. There was a commercial the other day of like people building a gingerbread house, and I thought to myself, like, I might have to do that with like Jack. Do most people that make gingerbread houses end up eating them at some point, or no? Because you're like building a display thing and having it sit there for a while, by the time it would make sense to eat it, it's no longer good. That's a random question that popped in my mind. Okay, pop this back up. Oh, we got feet. We got feet. We got 4 feet. It's beautiful. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. I am really happy with how this is starting to come together. And once we've got the gantry on, it'll really look like a printer. I still need to print out, that also reminds me, for the ant head, I printed out all the primary, accent, and opaque pieces, but I still need to print out the logo in clear, at the very least, for the LED. So, man, this looks really good. It's just so cute, too, like, the size comparison. I'm a big fan of small printers. I'd say this is like a medium printer. It's not big, but it's not tiny. Kind of a medium size. I should take off these guys too, because these are going to, I'm gonna forget to remove them like I did, I think, on the Venture, and we're gonna troubleshoot for a while and realize you forgot to remove the little whatever these are, the stoppers. Okay, that one's already missing, which is fine. We can install, the one last thing we can do is install the blocks for the Z-rails. That wasn't a previous step that we skipped over. I used to make gingerbread houses when I was a kid, but my graham cracker, graham crackers, because I did not like gingerbread. That's a good, what's the word I'm looking for? Alternative? I think I probably like graham crackers more than I like gingerbread as well. But I do like gingerbread. My mom brings over little gingerbread man guys. Little, geez, she brings over little gingerbread men cookies that are pretty delicious. Absolutely eat it. I wouldn't be on display long. My spouse cooks the Halloween pumpkins rather than letting them go to waste. That's cool. That's really cool. What does she make with the Halloween pumpkins? We'll only have small orders. Christmas night is Thursday, so we're making at least 1,500 bagels, so a normal Thursday. Got it. Not a fan of the 2-screw adjustment design on the Z idlers. Because of the fact that you can apply uneven tension, or you can make it go where it's not straight. Is that, I assume that's what your complaint would be. I just learned of the F-Zero printer. It's a V0 model with a flying gantry. I'm thinking of torturing myself with that build. It sounds awesome though. I don't think I've heard of it either. All right, 6 more minutes, y'all, on the giveaway, and then we'll do that. Let me really quickly try to find where in the instructions I skipped. Must have been before all the gantry stuff. Before the AB motors. Before this, yeah, before all this, jeez. There it is. Okay, Z-joints. So we can install the Z-joints. There are 2 options with Z-joints, rigid and spherical bearings. Manual will only cover rigid. I think rigid's what we're using as well. But I'm not entirely sure. That was a little bit confusing to me because the product pages were indeed out for the LDO Micron Plus kit before I started this, but I couldn't figure out some of the specifics about the config and what was needed. So yeah, this looks like these are rigid. So 1, 2. 3 and 4. Yeah, those are the main reasons. Yeah. It is kind of interesting to me that there hasn't been a solution to just do a single one. I'm trying to think of like what that would look like. How does I think it's different on the Venture, but I'm trying to think of how it's adjusted on the 2.4. I can't recall right now. Okay, so we need M2. Oh, these are small. M2 by 6s. So you're gonna need baby screws. M2 by 6s. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on. Side view. There we go. I'm actually printing F-Zero parts right now. Is it a newer thing? Pumpkin muffins, bread, pies, or curry? Oh, dude, pumpkin. I've never had pumpkin curry. That sounds delicious. I mean, all that stuff sounds really good, but it's not much different to a Micron. This is a Micron. Oh, you're saying it's not much different to a Micron. Got it. Is it a dual adjustment too? It's 2-screw adjustment. I don't remember it being 2-screw adjustment, but I haven't had to adjust my Z tension in quite a long time on the. Let's see, so this is going to be probably a 1.5mm driver, which is going to be this little itty bitty guy. It's so tiny. It's so tiny. I can't find the hole. There it is. Okay. There's a piece of hair or fuzz or something. Okay, I don't want to over tighten these. M2 screws scare me. I've just got serious PTSD of my first V0 build of stripping parts and just doing wrong things, so I'm always a little bit cautious with these guys. Okay, that is in, so we will. I don't want to go tighter than that 2-finger tight. I'm calling it there. Calling you there. And calling you there. Okay, that one's good. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get the second one installed and then we'll do the giveaway. So if you want to enter in, do so now. Let's see. Oh, Aaron asked me if I'm getting hungry. I was just thinking right now, hun. Man, am I getting hungry. It's like you read my mind or my stomach. F-Zero is older than V0.2. Oh, wow, okay. 2.4 is 1 screw, but can be modified for 2 screws. Yeah, I thought, I don't remember it being 2 screws either. I remember adjusting once. I'm wondering like how difficult it would be to adapt that to this printer. Because I do think the 2-screw adjustment is a little bit funky. It's probably fine, like it probably is not an issue, but it is trickier to ensure tension is even. I posted a schematic on Discord that you can understand where you can have vent and mouse. Oh, sick! Thank you. I will definitely do some reading later tonight. I mean, if that's where they're coming from, though, right? Nice. Like, I don't know. It's just a theory because I have a trap on this side of the garage, and this is the side of the garage where the mouse had gotten into the car a year ago or a year and a half ago, and that trap has never gotten like snapped, at least not this season. But the one by the water heater constantly is. So I don't know if it's just a matter of they're following the previous mouse's scent and that's what's leading them to there. leading them to there over and over, or is there an entry point over there and that's why they keep going to that spot and that's why they keep going in that trap? I don't know. This is I am but a mere mortal trying to figure things out. I don't know. She does know me well. We've been together we've officially crossed 10 years now, which is crazy. 10 years she has put up with all of my shenanigans. All of my printers and crazy gardening and trading card madness, and it's been a crazy ride. All right, I am giving 60 seconds from right now until I remove the link in chat. So if you have not clicked, I know I probably already said that, but 60 seconds. If you want to enter the giveaway, click on it now. Click on it now. All right, I'm not gonna do anything else because I'll get distracted and it'll take longer than 60 seconds and then I'll be a liar, and I don't want to do that. Just had 20th anniversary. That's incredible. Congratulations, man. They're probably trying to get to the heat source. Yeah, that makes sense. It's definitely the cold season when they come in. I don't think we had a single mouse from like, maybe it was March or April of last year up until, wait, no, this year, March or April of this year up until 30 days ago. So it's definitely, once it's cold, that's when they're coming in. And so going to a heat source, there's absolute logic behind that. Coming up on 32 years, that is incredible. 33, wow. Yeah, married not that long. Married, we will be coming up on 4 years? 1, 2, 3. I think we're coming up on 4 years married, but together for 10. We had a pretty long engagement because we got engaged right when lockdown happened and didn't want to risk having the event canceled or something like that. So we waited, 2 years is what we waited, which wouldn't have been that long otherwise. Okay, a link is being removed. Link is being removed. And if you're actively filling out the form, hurry up. There's 3 questions, so 60 seconds, and then I'm just calling it. I love curry with Thai jasmine rice. Yeah, my mom made chili con carne. Yeah. No, that's different. She made a curry chicken a lot growing up. Not a lot. She made a curry chicken occasionally growing up, a fair amount, a couple times a year probably. And then she had it with something called mango chutney. I don't think I ever really liked the mango stuff, but the curry was beautiful. But I've never been a big curry person outside of that. But there's a place by us that's kind of like a smaller chain version of Olive Garden, where you can get like the twofer, the soup and salad or sandwich, soup, salad, whatever. And I tried their curry the other day and it was insane. I'm gonna really quickly look it up. Zupa's is the name of the place. I don't think they're nationwide, but it's called Golden Curry Soup. It is insane. It is grilled chicken, red skin potatoes, sweet potatoes, coconut milk, and a rich blend of curry spices with wild rice and cashews. It is just, it has no business being that good. Chutney. Okay. Mango chutney. Yeah. So my mom had that one. Used that one quite a bit. Curry chicken, that's Indian cuisine. Yeah, it's bomb though. I really like that. Okay, we're doing the giveaway. We went from ice to curry. the transitions are wild. All right, we have gotten total 92 responses. Did we hit 69 likes today? I don't know if we did. Oh, we hit 76 likes. You guys are awesome. I need air horn for that. I haven't checked in forever. That's incredible. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so 92 responses. Let's see if I copy paste this, if it works. That did not work. Let me refresh the page. Let me change camera now to this. Should be 92 of you. Yeah, 92. Awesome possum. Chutney is too sweet. Yeah, she's in, I love both. Rendang and chili-based satay. Saute. That's what that word is. Saute way better than cumin says. So you want to wait or bring you out a plate? We're gonna end the stream right after the giveaway, so I'll come in just a moment, my love. I'll put the last 2 Z things on there. Nice, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships, buddy. Cheers, man. And for the schematics, of my boiler, so I can try to figure it out. Thank you for all the support. All right, y'all. So for anyone new here, the Polymaker is the provider of this giveaway, and they are awesome. This video, Saturday's video actually, is on a Polymaker filament, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, if you're in the US or Canada and you win, you will receive an email from me with a link and unique ID, which is the same no matter where you are. But the winner will end up getting a gift card. If you're anywhere else in the world, you get to choose a spool of filament up to $35, which is pretty freaking sweet. So yeah, massive thank you to Polymaker. If you do need to pick up filament for your next project and you want to support the channel, there's a link in the description. It doesn't cost anything else on your purchase, but a portion does go back and help with things like buying lights that we need and fixing lenses that I crack and stuff like that. So never a requirement, but always appreciated. So let's do this. Let's do this giveaway. I am trying to think of a number that I would want to do. All right, someone give me a number. 12. 12 it is. No, actually, I want to do 12. No, I don't want to do 12. All right, we're going to do 12 plus 8. We'll do 20. 20 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20 it is. Good luck to each and every one of you. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. For a second, I read that as Broad, and I was like, there's no way the RS is winning another one. And I was like, that doesn't look like his name. Rad3D1951. I dig your name. I think it is pretty rad. Congratulations on being this week's winner. I will send you an email this evening. So be on the lookout for this evening for an email coming from me with the link and the ID. And depending on where you're living, you will get a gift card or a picking a spool from their website. So my words have been slurred, like not slurred, but like I've been mixing up words the last 24 hours or 48 hours quite a bit. Like Jackson has been calling me babe for weeks now, and I've told him, corrected him a bunch of times, like, I'm not babe, I'm your dad. You can call me dad, daddy, dada. But Aaron always, like, we refer to each other as babe a lot, and so he just, I don't know if he finds it funny or if he's not getting it, but he keeps calling me babe. And so the twice in the last like day or two here, I've told him, like, I say, I'm not babe. Wait, what do I say? I'm not babe dad. Like, I keep calling him dad, like instead of saying Jack, because I want him to say dad, but I'm switching it all up in my head. There's been a few things like that that's just like wild. Oh, I hope not, Downmaker. Yeah, so, and there's been I did something else earlier too that was goofy that Aaron called me out on. She was laughing at me. I can't remember what it is, but anyways, so we're gonna call it here. I'm just, the last thing I'll do off stream is just install the final 2 of these guys. So basically what I just did, you don't need to watch me do it 2 more times. I'm gonna install this guy here and this guy here. And so the game plan for next week's stream is a gantry party. It's gonna be a gantry party. That is why we are all here. So yeah, we did this today. I don't think print bed we're doing for a while on this. I don't want to do the print bed till much later, because on this printer build specifically, there is this where no, is it here? There's a bunch of stuff that goes underneath the bed. And so although it's just standoffs, I don't want to install the bed till like the final part of this. So we're gonna skip the bed portion and go into, we already did this. So gantry. Basically, gantry is the game plan. I want to get the gantry on next week, and ideally have everything belted. And that's probably what we'll get done. It would be sick if we can somehow start working on the tool head that's not here. I think I must have disabled it, unless that's just the way that it is in this CAD. It'd be really cool to get some of the
toolhead going as well. But gantry is the name of the game next week, so always the bride, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So anyways, I appreciate all of you guys for hanging out. So yeah, next week there's no questions asked. We will be streaming. There's a good chance. I don't know what I'm doing for Christmas Eve and for New Year's Eve yet. So I'm not going to say we're not streaming yet. I need to think about it, talk to Aaron. If we are streaming on Christmas Eve, it will be an earlier stream though. Like it'll probably be 2 hours earlier than we normally start and just go for 2 hours. So we'd stop at the time I'd normally start at. And a lot of it will depend on me talking to my parents about what time they want to come over, and also me looking at the ham recipe to figure out how many hours I need to cook said ham. And yeah, we'll go from there. So cheers to everybody. Thank you all for hanging out, and there will be a video Saturday, and I will catch you guys next time. All right, have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.